Amazing. So we have signing agent Narai from Dallas, Texas on. So let's get started. So Narai sent me an email. She's a loan signing system student. And Narai sent me an email over the weekend, and it was the most inspiring story ever. So if you don't mind, Narai, I'd like to start off the interview with actually reading the email. It is vulnerable. It is inspiring. And, you know, if you can do it, I can do this business. I think anyone can do this business. So are you okay with me reading the email?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, cool. I got it printed out. So Narai sent me this. Dear Mark, I've been wanting to sit down and write this email for a long time. Here's my story. I was 34 weeks pregnant when I found out my job's benefit. I'm a registered nurse, sucked for maternity leave, and I'd only be getting paid 4 weeks out of the 3 months. Clearly, I went crazy and started researching ways to make extra money while on maternity leave at home with my baby. Somehow, through my research, I came across you and your course. And yes, I only visited your website once, read the course description, did not see one video on YouTube, but it made all the sense and I saw a perfect opportunity. I bought it that same day. Fast forward 1 week later, finished your course. I had taken the test, applied to become a notary, got E&O, printer, etc. I gave birth 2 weeks after that on Friday, and that following Tuesday, I had my first signing through a signing service ever scheduled. My husband asked me if I was still going to go since I just gave birth. And I said, hell yeah. So sure enough, on Tuesday, I showed up, and to my surprise, the closing was at a title company. Long story short, I made that title company mine. The escrow assistant is now my bestie, and I got all her closings from the month of May. April 26th was my first signing ever. May I did 22 signings. 3 of those are only from SS. The rest are direct. I had a goal of $1,000 to make during my first month. I was 100 short from $3,000 in my first month. I mostly worked direct with 4 title companies. 2 of those even said they do their own closings. After that, it has been all the way to the top. Needless to say, this would not have been possible without you. My first maternity leave paycheck came in, and it was $157. If it wasn't because of you and the signings, I would not have been able to pay rent. I want everyone to know your course is amazing, and it does work. I already got one of my coworkers to join the family. Thank you, 5K Club, here I come. Narai, when I read that, literally every emotion came through me. The fact that, you know, I would, you know, that being a signing agent, I don't want to take any credit because all the credit's yours, Narai. You're the one who took action. You're the one who applied that technique. So, you know, but the fact that being a signing agent was literally able to help you pay rent is just mind-blowing. I tell people this is the best business ever. No matter what state you're in, you can make money if you apply the systems, you learn how to do this. So, Narai, anything you want to mention about that email before we kind of get into some Q&A?
Well, you know, I poured my heart out there, and that's just a short version of everything, how it went down. But yeah, pretty much that's how it went down. And I just wanted you to know, and everybody else to know, that it does work, and it's so easy to do, and that's what people don't understand.
You know, so, you know, just to give everyone new timelines, because, you know, a lot of new signing agents, people think about the business, are watching this interview right now. And, you know, what I want to point out is you essentially bought the course on April 1st. And if you're watching this later in time, this is April 1st, 2019. You got your first signing April 26th of 2019. So you got your first signing 26 days after you bought the course. And according to your email, are you saying you weren't even a notary before you bought my course?
Correct. I was not.
So, and you had no background in mortgages, no background in real estate. It sounds like you were a nurse.
Been a nurse for 12 years, so no.
And so, you know, what I like to inspire other people with is, you know, you literally were looking for a side supplemental income. You were a nurse, had nothing to do with the mortgage industry at all. You took the course and, you know, and you became a signing agent. So you went from being a nurse to being a signing agent literally in 26 days.
Yep.
Right?
That's great.
And then so then you got your signing on the 26th, and then of April, so your full 1 month in the business, which is May, you've done, and let me read this again, you did 22 signings in your very first month.
Yeah, and those are just, like I said, mostly were direct. Only like 3, I think, were from signing service. And that's not counting the ones that I turned down because I was so busy with direct from signing service. So I could have done more if I wanted to, but you know, I was working on my relationship with the direct offices. So
Yeah, it's inspiring because I mean, is it safe to say that anyone could do this business? If you can, being a nurse, I mean, with no mortgage background, if someone's watching this, they're like, I've never been a notary, I've never been a signing agent. What would you say to that signing agent watching you right
I would tell them to just go ahead and do it, get out there and do it. You know, that's my number one piece of advice. If I can do it, you can do it. Everybody else can do it. And you just have to put yourself out there and not be scared and go and introduce yourself, put your name out there, because if not, they don't know that you're available.
I love it. I always tell people like if they don't know you're open for business, and then how are you ever going to get business, right? So the fact that you're a brand new signing agent, you've only done 3 signings through signing services, you're getting the whole entire signing fee by going direct to escrow. I mean, literally going from a nurse to a signing agent in 30 days, I think is incredible.
It's all about knocking at the right door. Just keep knocking until the right door opens, and that's it. Don't get discouraged.
I love it. So what are some of your favorite things? I mean, what I love about this interview is you're literally a brand new signing agent. So, what are some of the things that you love about being a signing agent currently?
Flexibility. Of course, you know, being a nurse, you work 12-hour shifts on your feet and all that. And then it takes away from being with my children. And right now I have a newborn. So, you know, I wanted to be able to come back home and breastfeed her if I wanted to and schedule my signings throughout the day and her feeding times. And it just worked. I could pick up the kids from daycare, and I love that. And then I literally just go there and just like you say, point and sign here, and you know, just guide them through it exactly how you say. That's what I've been doing, exactly what you say on your course, and it does work. I even tried the backdooring the gatekeeper, and it worked perfectly fine.
I love it. I love it. And what I think is inspiring too is, I always tell people, as you know, from the family is, the most success people are just implementers, right? They don't recreate the wheel. They read something and they go do it. And what you're saying is that actually works.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I went out one day and I was like, I'm visiting these 3 escrow offices, and I made some goodies for them. And I went out there and I literally looked up on LinkedIn one of the escrow officers that worked there, and I got her name, and I went in there to the front keeper and I said to the gatekeeper, I'm here to meet so and so. I just wanted to thank her because I did a signing for her a few weeks ago. And she was like, sure, just give me a minute. And that was it. I was like, whoa.
That
Okay.
is amazing, right? So, I mean, it's really just about kind of putting yourself out there. And this is a good conversation for a lot of new signing agents, I mean, who may be thinking that getting direct business is difficult. And from what you're saying, it's really as simple as just going in, doing it. They don't bite, and, using the script or part of the script to make that I give you and making it your own. Is
Sound natural, sound genuine. Don't read
the
word by word. Just make it your own, like you said, and then you're in.
I love it so much. So let's get back to this crazy story. So you gave birth. 2 weeks later, you get your first notification on a signing, and you got that notification on a signing by simply putting your name into the databases that I recommend. Is that correct?
Yes, this one was from Signature Closers.
Okay, cool. So Signature Closers, who do recognize the loan signing system certification. So Signature Closers gave you a ping, and you just got a newborn. My wife, we had our first baby. We have one child. Is like, that's so crazy that you did it, but it just shows your commitment to building this business, and it shows kind of the flexibility of like, this is going to take me an hour, babe. So I can.
Yeah, my husband thought that I was crazy. He's like, are you really going to go? I was like, yeah. He asked me in the hospital, and I was like, yeah, I'm getting discharged tomorrow. That's in 2 days. I'm going. I said, hell yeah, I'm going. And I did. And to my surprise, it was at a title office. And I just took advantage of that opportunity. And that was it.
And so that's even crazier. So you were still in the hospital when you got your first signing notification.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're like, I didn't even know that part of the story. So you are literally you're in the hospital recovering, and you are literally, I got a notification, and you're like, I'm going to do this, babe. And so give me the thought process behind I'm going to do it. Was it you realizing that like, I got to seize the opportunity? Was it part of you realizing that, it's not going to take that long? I mean, as far as the actual appointment's concerned, like kind of walk the new signing agent through that, because a lot of people on the outside are like, is it really as easy as Mark says it is? Is it really as flexible? So, from your own personal experience of being in the hospital recovering to doing your first signing, kind of talk about like the thought process behind it, and as was it as easy as you thought it was going to be, and kind of go through that.
So yes, it was as easy or easier, I would say, than I thought that it would be. I got that notification and I was like, yes, perfect, I'm in, I'm going to do it. So when the day came, I told my husband, I'll be right back. And I went and I did it. But the main reason was the why behind it. I watched that video that, your mentorship videos, I watch them, everybody should watch them. And they are my why, my children, and obviously to build a better life for myself and my family. So I said, nothing is going to stop me and I'm going to go. So that's what I did. I went and I sat there. They had the papers ready for me. I didn't have to print anything out. And I got introduced, and it was a Spanish. My first one was a Spanish signing. So I went in there, and it was around maybe 160 pages refinance. And I went page by page with them, and they loved me, and it was great. And they actually went to the front, and they said how nice I was, and that they loved me, and they gave me kudos, and I was like, okay, thank you.
So, I mean, yeah, so, let's talk through your very first signing experience. So there's going to be some signing agents watching this, like, okay, like Mark says it's so easy, I mean, I see the testimonials, but, I like these interviews because you can really talk about your own experience. I mean, when you're sitting with the borrower and you're sitting with 160 pages, is it as easy as just walking someone through a stack of paperwork and pointing out where they signed date and then initial? Kind of talk through your experience. And whatever that real life experience was. I don't want to put any words in your mouth. And
yeah,
through that very first
well, to
one.
my surprise, their realtor was there, and I had no clue he was gonna be there. But I was like, oh, more joining the party. I was a little bit nervous about that, but I was like, oh, I got this. I'm very well prepared. I'm educated. I'm an LSS student. I'm gonna go kick its butt. And I literally just went page by page, and I took my time, and if whatever I did not know or didn't remember from the course, I just literally read the front of the page, the top of the page, or the first few sentences, and then that was it.
Yes, and I love that. I love that because a lot of new signing agents looking at this go, man, is it really as simple as maybe reading a piece of paper, pointing and signing? And I can say that all day long, but having an interview with a real signing agent, especially a brand spanking new signing agent, such an awesome moment. So thank you again, and thank you for
I didn't freak out at all. I was just calm, and then I didn't write this in my email, and you don't know it, but they actually offered me a job there at the title company. That Saturday, they called me.
And that's and I take zero credit for that at all. I mean, I tell every single one of you guys, the greatness is inside of you. I just do my best to bring that out of you. But I mean, Narai, the fact that your why is bigger than your what. And for people who aren't LSS students, I always tell my students that whenever your why is larger than what it takes, success is always right around the corner. So you always got to ask yourself, why you're doing something, because when that why is bigger than whatever it takes, and for you, it was you were still recovering, and you're like, look, I could say that I'm not going to take that signing because I'm still in the hospital, or I can take that signing and it literally blossomed to a $3,000 a month business, and you've never done this again. So I want other signing agents out there who might be looking in to be inspired by you, because you're a classic example of just, getting your why so large that whatever you got to do doesn't matter because the why is bigger. And now you have a $3,000 a month business. And you sound like you still have like another 6 weeks of maternity leave. Is that my math right? Another 4 weeks?
Yeah, she's 6 weeks right now. So.
And so you're making $3,000 a month on the side, and it's inspiring. And when you go back to your work, are you still excited about being able to do this? I love that if you're gonna go back. But let's just say you do go back. I mean, are you still excited that you're going to be able to do this around your current schedule? I mean, of being a nurse. I mean, now that you know you've been
absolutely. I mean, just this week I've gotten 3 directs, and they've all been at 6:30, 7 o'clock, 5 p.m. So I could definitely go back to work, live my life like I used to, being a nurse full time, and after work, go ahead and do these signings.
Isn't being a signing agent the best kept secret in the real estate industry ever?
It really is. It really is. And I'm so happy that I found you through my research, and it really did not take me I really just saw your video once.
That's
I
amazing.
went
I feel like a
I went
unicorn.
through
I
that
love it.
once. That was it.
Well, I'm really happy that you were on today because, I want people to be inspired that, you were never a signing agent and you literally are a nurse by trade. And you were like, I need something to do. And you took my course. And, I don't want this to be a big commercial about my course. I'd rather it be about the action you took, and inspire other people with the fact that you could be a nurse, have zero background in mortgage, and learn everything you can. And you can go out and not only get signing service business, but get direct business through the techniques that you've learned. And this is absolutely amazing. And I'm honored that you are an LSS student. You're part of the family. You know that we're a family. And are there any last things that you may want to say for a new signing agent? Any advice? Let's say they don't take my course. And, I always tell people that you can learn this business on your own. I just don't know why you would, and it makes it easier point A to point B if you have a coach. But, what's some really good advice that you can give a signing agent, whether they take my course or not? I really want this to help of somebody who's watching it. So being that you're a brand new signing agent, what is a couple nuggets you can give somebody to help them grow a signing agent business?
I would say number one, just if you don't know something, just be careful. Don't freak out and read detailed. Everything right in front of you is right in front of you. Just relax, take a deep breath and read, and don't ever let the client know that about you, that you don't know what's in front of you and you don't know what they're about to sign, because then, they get uncomfortable. That, and then also don't be afraid to go out there and network and put yourself out there. That has worked for me so much. I went to literally one networking event because that's all that I could do. I know my limits right now. So I went to that one networking event and I just kicked it off with a lender, and that lender later on invited me to an open house. And to my surprise, in all his open houses, it's the lender, a real estate agent, and a title company. All of them all together in one room. So I was like, what? So I definitely took my opportunity and I did my speech, I did the script, and it works. And the real estate agent even told me, I didn't know that I could pick you. I had no idea. And I've already gotten work from both of them direct. So it definitely
Those
works.
are two amazing nuggets. So the
One
first
more
nugget.
thing, following up. Following up. Always get their business cards and follow up, because we had that meeting and the day after I emailed all of them and I said, thank you so much. I had such a wonderful time at the open house. I've just made myself available, and I reminded them that I could, the value that I could add to their business. And that was it. Literally when I was in the open house, the title company was the owner of the title company, not just somebody that worked there. He was the owner. He offered me a signing, but I had another signing at the same time he needed it. So I wasn't able to do that one, but yeah.
Yeah, well, let's talk about those three nuggets. Like I said, this interview is also to help people, even if they're not LSS students. So the first nugget you gave is, don't be intimidated by the paperwork. The paperwork will tell you what it's meant to say. So, if you've never seen a piece of paper before, or if you're kind of confused on how to guide them, because once again, we don't explain, right? We guide. And so if you need help on guiding it, the piece of paper will kind of let you know what the borrower needs to do to finish that, to execute, it's a better word. So I love that piece of advice. The second piece of advice, which I love, is the networking. I encourage every single person to go out and network. Thank you for letting people know it's not as intimidating as they would think it is. And you went out and you got business cards. And then I think with the last piece of nugget you said is, from that networking event, you followed up and then you were able to get appointments from that. So if you're watching this, Narai is a nurse by trade. She's not a real estate agent. She's not a former mortgage officer. She's not a formal title officer. She's a nurse, a brand new mama, and she is proof that if you just put yourself out there a little bit, if you follow the loan signing system and you just kind of implement versus try to recreate the wheel, the success is possible. In her first full month, she did $3,000. So if you're looking at this video and you're saying, well, man, I'm looking for another source of income, a stream of income, whether you take my course or not, I encourage you to be a signing agent, because like Narai said, it is the best kept secret. If a mother from her recovery bed in the hospital can go from one signing notification to $3,000 in 30 days. I think you can too. So Narai, I want to say thank you so much for inspiring other people today. When I got your email, it literally brought tears to my eyes. I immediately had my wife read it. So thank you for sharing with me the impact, because that's why I do this. I do it to pay my blessings forward. And I think now you're paying your blessings forward, because I think this interview is now going to inspire another mom, someone who's in a hospital bed saying, I can do this because my why matters. So thank you for letting people know how truly, easy. And I like to use the word easy from the standpoint of, there's work involved, right? Like you have to learn the materials, you got to learn the documents, but from you put that time in. I don't want that to be overlooked. Like you put the time into studying the materials, printing out the course, passing the certification, getting all the certifications you need, getting the errors and omissions. So you put in the time up front and the effort, and now you're out there making a change and difference for your family. And I know that you've only been an LSS student for 2 months. I cannot wait to see where your business goes. I want you on stage next year at the conference, inspiring all the other students that if you can do it, they can do it. Because that's all I'd say is, if I can do it, I know you can do it. If Narai can do it, anyone can do it. Any last words you want to say before we wrap this up?
Yes, gratitude. Very important to be, show your gratitude and show how thankful you are. And I already practice that in my own life as it is. So it comes very easy to me to do that, but gratitude is very important. And moving on forward, gratitude, I wanted to thank you, because without you, I wouldn't be able to literally have paid my rent. That was not a lie. That email is real, and I am a real person, and this whole story is real. So thank you, Mark, so much. You really did make an impact in my life, so much that my coworker literally bought your course because I told her what I was into, and she was like, I trust you, and I'm doing this too. And I was like, okay. And we're planning to go on networking events together. So.
You're welcome, Narai. I am honored you were vulnerable. I'm honored you were able to share that story. Not a lot of people, will get on to a webinar knowing it's going to be shared with people saying, I couldn't pay my rent if it wasn't. So thank you for inspiring. And I know there's going to be somebody out there who is in the same shoes you are. And because they hear your story, they're going to be inspired to change their life. So thank you so much for doing it. And I'm going to end with this, because you said a little loan signing system nugget. And what I try to really encourage everyone else to know is there's business for everybody. And the fact that you're going to go network with another loan signing agent really lets me know that you embrace the loan signing system way and the abundance mentality, that there's really business for everybody. We're not each other's competition. We're all colleagues. Like you said, a title officer offered you a signing, you couldn't do it, which means there's another signing agent who could, who may be your friend that you brought into the business. So there's truly business for all of us. And when you really, really understand that and believe it in your heart, I believe that's when your business just blossoms, because there is business for all of us. We're not each other's competition. We can all make it to the top. You know what I mean? And I can't wait to see you at the top. Thank you, Narai, for this amazing interview. And I know it's going to inspire others. It inspires me. It inspires me to go out and help even more. Helps me. It inspires me to be a better teacher and leader. So thank you, Narai. So with that being said, have a great rest of your week. Thank you again. You're amazing. This is episode 2 of On the Road with Signing Agents with Signing Agent Narai from Texas, Dallas, Texas. Thank you again. Bye.
Thank you for having me. Bye, Mark.